My name is Stephanie, and I am the founder of Biggest Little. We make design-forward and sustainable toys. Our first product is a baby ball toy that can grow with a child. It's safe, simple, multifunctional for kids. It's super easy to clean, hassle-free for parents. Looks beautiful in a living space, and eco-friendly for the earth.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Stephanie, are you ready for the resilience round?
Yes.
Okay, best business book.
I'm a long-time listener of How I Built This by Guy Raz. And when his book came out, I'm like, I have to get this.
Yeah.
I get inspired by all of the founders' founding story, especially paying attention to the challenge that they have.
Yeah.
It helped me better prepare of what the challenge that I will face, especially some of the challenge a female-founded specific.
Yeah.
And I feel like from the interview,
Yeah.
I can learn a lot from how they deal with the problem,
Yeah.
and especially some of the problem are so big. And it also gave me perspective on my own business. When I go up and downs in my business, when it's low of the lows, I feel like, okay, it's a small problem compared to a lot of the bigger issues that people are dealing with. I can do this.
Yeah.
Let's make a decisions and move forward.
Yes. Oh, that's such good perspective. And I love Guy Raz. That's such a good one.
Yeah.
So good. Okay, best retail technology, like an app or software?
I would recommend this app called Big Voo.
Okay.
Especially for someone who wanted to get into content producing, review style, like head talking style, long form video. It's a teleprompter essentially for video. I have a hurdle of producing like long form content. It helped me a lot,
Okay.
and it just looks great. On the video, it doesn't look like you're reading off of anything. So
Awesome.
I recommend to anyone who wanted to start producing more content. And
Very
content is
cool.
such an important thing in this age.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out. That's a good one. How do you keep up with the ever-changing retail landscape?
I think adaptability is given. We have to adapt, but how do we choose what to adapt is
Yeah.
a deeper question, because you can adapt to all these things. Every time I open the newsletter, there's new things, there's shiny object
Yes.
dangling every
Uh-huh.
day. I can adapt to everything.
Yeah.
What helps me is to ground myself with what's my business, what's the white space that I occupy,
Yeah.
and what's my audience that I'm serving. I think that will help me kind of like understand what I need to adapt and what I should stay true to myself.
So true. I couldn't agree more. To help retailers be stronger, more rooted in success, what's a branding foundational best practice?
I think, like I just said,
Yeah.
I think having that objective of who you're serving,
Yep.
what your brand is, what is the white space that you are currently in, and then just keep building off of that is very important in brands. You don't want to go everywhere. You don't want to get pulled into all these trends.
So true.
And you need to stay with your brand archetype. Know your personality as well, because that's a big contributor as a founder, especially in the early stage. Like, what do I like to do? What's my style? That's very important, because that's every day. That's your
Yeah.
business.
It's so true. So true. If you had to start your business all over again, what's one thing you'd do differently?
Setting a time to rest.
Oh,
It's
yes.
very important,
Yes.
especially early on. If you can get that rest time into your schedule early on to become a habit,
Yes.
it will help you reset. Because I'm still practicing it. It's
Yeah,
hard.
it is.
Like, the to-do list is never ended. So having that in your calendar, it's
Yeah.
part of work.
Yes.
Part of work to stay away from work.
Yep.
That's very important.
It's so critical. I agree. I needed to hear that. We need some rest.
Yeah, we all need to hear that.
We do. Finally, what do you think the future of independent retail looks like?
I think it will be very interesting, especially with this like 3 trends that are emerging. I think that's, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think trend number 1 is interest-based, community-based. Like, a lot of retailers like drilling into like, what's my community like? For example, like a pottery shop, like hosting interesting events, workshops for people who love pottery, invite them into that space. It's like an oasis for people who have the same interests, and featuring like products from all over the world. It's a very interesting play. It goes deeper in that vertical,
Yeah.
sort of. Next thing is, I think video shopping. It's big. It's very popular in Asia, and then I think we're catching up with TikTok Shop being started
sure.
to like take off.
Yeah.
I was recently in Korea. I went into a boutique shops at 4:50, and they're closing down at 5. And then within that 10 minutes, there's a founder pulling out racks and racks of clothes. They're setting up cameras, and then they have models ready. and then they're closing up for the next hour to do content, to do live shopping. And I think that's a very smart idea to reach wider audience and then draw them back to the shop.
Right.
So that's an interesting trend.
Yeah.
And then the third one is, as a small brand myself, we're seeing a lot of pop-ups, artist pop-ups all over the country. I think it will be very interesting to see brands come together doing like a co-op style and then renting out retail space. It might pan out very, very interesting.
Yeah, I think so. I love these 3 trends. I feel like if retailers focus on those, they will succeed. Like, it's so strong.
I think every single trend have like opportunity to collaborate between brands and retailers, and will be more personal for their audience.
It's so true. So good. How can people learn more about you and connect with you?
They can connect with me on Instagram at biggestlittleBK, or my personal email, Stephanie with PH at biggestlittleBK.com.
Awesome. Thank you, Stephanie. This is
Thank you
great.
for having me.
Yay! We did it.